Alright, so this is the Fuji 645 medium format camera. Somebody wanted to see if it's functioning correctly, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick test on it. So this right here is the shutter speed, and this is the aperture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the back so you can see that all of the shutter speed is working, also the aperture is working properly. So right now I'm going to set it at f4 at 1 second, I believe. So here we go. So basically that's open all the way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change it to 5.6 this time. Alright. Next, F8. Alright. F11. F16. And lastly, F22. So right there, the aperture is working properly. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to test the shutter. So now I'm going to go to 2. I'm going to open up the aperture to f4 this time. So that's f4. And then so 4. Next, 1/8. Next, 1/15. Next, 1/30. Next, 1/60. Next, 1/25. Next, 2/50. And lastly, 5/100. Alright. So basically this is the back. Remember, it's a 645, so it's 6 and then 4/5. So it's basically a portrait. It's basically a portrait style landscape. So if you want to shoot at landscape, you're gonna have to turn it this way. And as far as the rangefinder is working properly, it's kind of hard to show you, but there's a, you can still see the patch right there. See it? It's kind of hard for me to. I don't know. There's the patch right now. It's quite visible. So, but also you could do scale focusing too. But the rangefinder patch is there. And then more likely, if you want to set this to 220, you're gonna have to set this to. You're gonna have to adjust this to, instead of 120, you're gonna have to just press this, and then now it's set to 220. So press down and then, but most likely it'll be set to 120. This is the battery for the metering. The metering works, but I don't use the metering. So, and then of course that's the counter. And then you can lock it. So if you crank on the shutter, it's not gonna fire unless you unlock it. So again, this is the shutter, and then there's the aperture, and then this is basically the scale focusing, or the focusing focusing tab. So it goes from infinity all the way down to 1 meter, so it's about 3 feet. 3 feet is about the closest you get. Of course, you're gonna have to account for parallaxing if you're gonna, you're gonna be that close. So I believe it. I automatically adjust the what do you call this? It'll adjust the parallaxing on the viewfinder. So that's basically it. So this is that camera, and it's basically seems to be, it's functioning properly. Let me see. I think there's a way to. It's been a while since I've used this. The bulb, I believe. It's been a while since I've used this camera, so I think if you press this, you could actually fire the shutter that way too. This one I just added this. This is just basically a little lens hood there, just to kind of protect the lens a little bit. So basically that's basically it. So I'm gonna go upload this and then send the link to the buyer that's interested in buying this camera. So alright, that's it. Thanks.